Hey, everybody, welcome to a special episode Midnight's Edge After Dark. How's it going out there? Hope you enjoyed our premiere.
Woo!
Woo. Yes, woo.
Do you guys want more of those videos where Rob just kind of reads an article?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And if you pay me, maybe I'll come to your house and read an article.
Yeah, we have a
That's
few.
kind of scary.
It's not just him reading an article. It's like it's not really a rant. It's more of a Rob's hot take on something.
We've been calling them ramblings and stuff. Yeah. But
who knows? Yeah. Well, anyway,
we're here for a different reason.
Yes, we are. You know, there's some movies that transcend the medium. It's a shame to call them movies. They prefer it's a film. Nay, it's cinema. And tonight I am joined here by Mr. Tom Connors.
Good evening.
And Miss Mecca Random.
Hello. I was gonna turn on the camera, but we can't do the theme music because of the voice meter. But I can jiggle, just like we did on my channel. Mm-hmm. I do have the writing crop.
But anyway, we are here. We are gathered here to witness,
to get through this thing called life.
To get through this thing called life, but to share in the cinematic experience that is a film like no other. Revered, loved the world over, cherished. It is the movie known as UHF, starring Weird Al Yankovic.
Yay!
Yay! Now you may be asking why we're watching UHF. Why the hell not? That's why.
Because we want to hang out and watch UHF, damn it.
Yes. It's a milestone. Plus, it's free on YouTube. You just never can watch along.
So, yeah, the link is in the description. I also popped it in the live chat there. At the very, very, very top. You should still be able to get to it yet. But, yeah, we're going to partake or watch a little UHF. Now, I'm assuming on the YouTubes, they got the ads. I'm going to watch it on, all of us are watching it on YouTube. So, might as well all watch it together. We'll get stuck with ads at the same time. We should be pretty sunk up then, however you want to put it. But yeah, we want to thank everybody for joining us for the party. And we will give you guys a few minutes to get the movie ready. I'll put the link one more time in the chat just in case you can't get to it. And
is this Watch Party 420 friendly?
It always is.
Okay, good. We just want to clarify.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Because I'd go. I'd probably have to take off.
But yeah, UHF, as Rob was kind of saying, came out in the summer of 1989 after extremely positive feedback from their test screening. Excuse me, I can't even talk. Orion Pictures decided that this was going to be their big blockbuster for the summer. Now, anybody who remembers 1989, it was like a record year at the box office. You had Lethal Weapon, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Ghostbusters 2, and Batman, just to name a few. Now, UHF ended up making a paltry $6.5 million at the domestic box office, which is nothing.
Yes, but what was this budget?
It cost $5 million, so it still didn't make shit back. Maybe if it was $1 million movie, you could argue, it made a little money, but no. In this instance, this movie did not make any money and did not help Orion at all at the time. Let's. I think it's about time we got everybody able to got it queued up and ready to go. It sounds like probably. So why don't we do this? I'm going to back it up to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You guys ready? You going to do a countdown, Rob?
Yes, in 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you just feel the anticipation? 1, and play. Ooh, big kitty.
Kitty,
yes, kitty.
Now, of course, this opening scene is a parody of Indiana Jones, which they used heavily in the trailers to kind of This is the first time I remember another movie using another movie that was coming out in the same time period to spoof, like a spoof to advertise theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it had that. It had the Rambo bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that was Rambo had already been out for a couple years.
Oh, yeah. But this is from Temple of Doom though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. This was in all the trailers.
No, this is the first movie. This is like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what she meant. Yeah.
Wow, sorry.
Happy
this case, 420.
In this case, it's literally that's what she said.
Weird.
Sometimes I misspeak. Yeah, sometimes I'll say the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for any of the younger folks out there who may not be familiar with what a UHF channel is, Rob, why don't you give them a little background on that real quick?
UHF stands for Ultra High Frequency. It is the band of channels you used to have on the standard CRT television. That because the television channels would only go from 2 through 13. UHF was the band from 14, channel 14 through like 96 or something like that. And you would need an antenna to get those, but you would get like channels from all over the place, long Boston, Long Island, and
Well,
wasn't that also? That was also where you got like your public access channels.
Yeah,
right?
kind of. And they would always have a lot of like. Normally, it would be like packaged entertainment, and what I mean by that is they'd buy a lot of syndicated material and just show a lot of
game shows
and reruns, game shows. And they would have some local live stuff once, or not necessarily live, but some local programming once in a while, depending on the channel.
Channel 61. Channel 61 in Hartford is where I would watch Robotech on it was a UHF channel. That's where I originally used to watch it. And you used to get all kinds of tricks to try to get the channels to come in. I used to have to put a saw blade back on the screws for the antenna to improve the reception.
Or foil. You put foil on the antenna, yeah.
But yeah, basically between the advent of cable and internet and satellite, the use and need for a lot of UHF channels has gone away. But then they kind of made a comeback in a weird way. They're not really UHF channels, I call them anymore, but they're similar. Like when the digital. Yeah, they started doing that. A lot of channels, I think, were allowed like 3 signals that they could run off of one channel or one station. So like a lot of stations started up like a secondary channel. And they're reminiscent of the UHF channels of back in the day. They run a lot of the same old kind of crap.
This movie really wanted to make me go into like television.
Yeah, but yeah, in a roundabout way, that's kind of what the whole gist of this is a UHF channel was a channel that would show all kinds of goofy, crazy crap that was never, run of the mill. And it was a perfect arena for a guy like Weird Al to have fun with it. And at the time, he was hotter than hot.
Now, who's this Weird Al person?
Yeah, right.
I know.
I love the road signs there. Stop, wrong way. I love that.
I actually got engaged at a Weird Al concert.
Oh my god!
Like 20 years. Yeah, I know. I'm
it's hard to. You keep saying about how you were married. It's hard to believe you were married at one point.
I know. It was forever ago too.
You probably even can't believe it.
I know.
Sean Strife said it's kind of like outlaw television. Sometimes it could be. UHF made things like It's a Wonderful Life popular because it was in the public domain. They would show a lot of public domain movies and stuff like that,
Oh god, all of these movies, yeah.
I don't know if anybody it's from in the chat. It's from the Northeast, but a staple on UHF channels. One UHF channel in particular was the Uncle Floyd Show.
Yeah, there's a good example of the like regional kind of stuff they would have. Definitely, yeah. This is cool, Oscar.
I remember on Al TV one year he had mentioned that UHF lost the Academy Award to Driving Miss Daisy that year. I think it was a real.
Well, it wasn't even nominated, but that's the year that Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
I love Weird Al. I know. Anybody who doesn't is just like, what's wrong with you?
I mean, that's the perfect humor, the perfect timing. and he's a musician.
Well, and there's nothing malicious about him. He's not overly,
he's not overly gross.
But at the same time, he's not the other way too. He's not overly cutesy or anything like that. I was trying to say
he's not too goody.
Like I see here, he was even upset that this movie got rated PG-13, and it probably shouldn't have. If you watch this movie, at best, it's a hard PG, even for that time period. And it was. I don't know why he would have, other than some kind of stigma. But I mean, it was the perfect thing for Weird Al to transfer from the videos to this, because aside from guys like Michael Jackson and Prince and those guys on MTV, he was one of the only ones revolutionizing video at the time.
Oh yeah, and he directed his own, like so many of his own. Didn't he do all of his own videos, or just most of them?
I doubt he did all of them, but I'm sure he's done a lot of them.
I know he directed like the Amish Paradise video a few years later, and
because I'm not sure if he did like Fat and stuff like that, but
I think he did actually.
But the thing is with him, though, is even if he was doing a parody, that was one thing, but his other videos and other songs never get enough credit, I think.
Oh, yeah.
His original stuff.
Oh, yeah. His original stuff is really good. He always does it like in the style of, like The Night Santa Went Crazy is in the style of Black Gold by Soul Asylum, but it's not in an exact parody. Oh God, Burger World. I forgot they used Burger World.
So this is a real place, evidently, I'm assuming.
I don't know. It's the same that they used as in Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
It's probably just a generic.
Actually, now that you mention that, now I think Mike Judge was a fan of this, and that's where he got it from.
I think so.
There's a world. There's burgers. There's Burger World.
Hey, we screwed up. It's funny because Weird Al's actually a very staunch vegetarian, I guess.
Yeah, he is. But so much of his songs are about food.
Food, yeah. Big Bertha.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Now, this is almost directed like a cartoon in a lot of ways, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which I think really works for this.
Like Airplane or something like that.
It's in a Weird Al world. It's like if there was a Weird Al world that existed. It kind of like Pee-wee. Like his movies almost kind of work like cartoons in the same kind of way. I love that little car.
I do too. I want that. Can I have that?
Oh, shit. You would never get away with a lot of these jokes nowadays either.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this karate guy's racist.
Yeah, I would be racist.
Weird Al Cinematic Universe.
They should have one. Weird Al should have made. It sucks that this bombed so badly because we could have had how many Weird Al movies?
He could make more. He can make one now with YouTube or something.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he could have been like the next Ernest, next Pee-wee, whatever,
Well, he was much bigger than them, though. I think in a lot of ways.
But this movie just totally killed that notion of ever happening. A Twinkie wiener sandwich. I think in the commentary he said that's a tofu dog.
Tofu dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did listen to the commentary on this. But this guy who played Bob, wasn't he also in Back to the Beach?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. David Bow or Bo, however you say his name.
And he's been Repossessed.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of comedies, and I'm sure he's been in a lot of dramas too, but yeah. Kind of a character actor.
I think I've seen him recently in commercials or something. I've seen him recently in something. There's a lot of like big name people in this too.
Yeah, there's some nice cameos in this, and actual like Fran Drescher, who was not huge yet, and some other people. Yeah.
He's got Alfred E. Newman poster. It says "What Me Worry."
Yep.
Do you mind pan up? I missed it.
It is him, yeah. And then they got the Looney Tunes right there too.
Weird Al's actually not that bad of an actor.
He's not horrible. I mean, he's playing the Weird Al part too at the same time. Yes, David Bow, not Bowie. That is correct, Steve Ernest. It's either Bow or Bow, however you want to pronounce it.
So this is kind of funny. So the girlfriend here plays
Victoria Jackson.
Yeah, she plays a dental hygienist. Well, they brought that back for the Weird Al show, like the opening theme where he talks about falling in love with a dental hygienist.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Well, that's the thing. It is kind
Recurring.
of funny that Sean Strife mentioned a cinematic universe. There kind of is a Weird Al universe. Because, you have Uncle Harvey, you have
Harvey the Wonder Hamster.
and Harvey the Wonder Hamster, and you also have like other things that keep reoccurring in his songs and show and the movies and the movie. This means something. This is important. I love Close Encounters. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's a great movie. Oh, who's playing her now? Who's that?
The mom.
The aunt or whatever, yeah. I can't place her. Let me look here.
Oh, I know her.
I know, that's what I'm trying to who the hell is she?
Where are we? We're 11 minutes, 22 seconds. We're at the party.
Yep.
Where she pinches his cheek. She's clearly a smoker. She sounds like one.
I believe it's Sue Ann Langdon.
Yeah, some of these
Who
like
is
actors.
in Zapped and in the television show Arnie. Happy Days once.
The Twinkie Wiener sandwich isn't too bad, actually. In chat.
Oh my goodness. I guess if you have the right tasting hot dog, it might not be so bad.
There he is with the doggy.
I love it. It puts a dog in the fucking punch bowl.
Well, that was in the trailer, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. Really, this was almost like the precursor to a lot of the Farrelly Brothers movies. Like Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary. And I mean, it has a lot of the same kind of humor, I think.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could win a UHF station in a poker game.
It's a nice plot too. Like I said, it's a perfect plot to put somebody like Weird Al into, because he gets to play with all the great, because the idea is they can't afford shows, so they make their own. It kind of predates Be Kind, Rewind in a weird way too.
Yeah. There's the doggy.
You don't want it. That's where the dog's just like, fuck you, I'm not drinking this crap.
I don't want that, yo.
The poor dog's just like, what did I ever do to you?
Oh, he probably likes it. He's probably wants to splash around in it.
It all depends on the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Some dogs like it, some don't. Oh, I had a lab that would. Oh, he just loved water.
This would be my dream job. Just hand me over a TV. Well, that's what YouTube is, though. Kind of.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, and that's what I was saying. In the beginning was like, it was between the internet and cable and satellite and all that kind of stuff that it just kind of died out. Even though it has found a second life with the digital, secondary channels, but it's not quite the same. You don't have all the original stuff like you used to.
The change guy. Oh, this guy's been in a lot of stuff too. Well, of course, he always plays the bomb.
Well, yeah, Weird Al has like a lot of comedians that he has in his little cameos and stuff like that. Is what I meant to say. Like Emo Phillips coming up later, and
Emo Phillips too.
Some other ones. I mean, Al kind of made him famous, really, if you think about it.
Whereabouts are you in the movie? Where he's just now seeing Mr. Ed over his shoulder here.
We are at about 14 and a half minutes in. Yep.
And of course, professional wrestling used to be all over UHF.
Yes, that's another thing. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one, Rob. I forgot about that. That's where a lot of that started. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday evenings, Saturday mornings.
Who was that UFO guy? I can't think of his name. Didn't he start on a UHF channel too?
The UFO guy? Art Bell? Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, Pete didn't know.
Yeah, I think that's who I'm thinking of.
Now this is actually Tony Geary. He was actually a heartthrob in the 80s on General Hospital.
Yeah,
and they made him look like a crazy scientist. Yep. That was kind of cool.
I totally didn't realize who it was until like way later in life, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That was one of my mom's soap operas was General Hospital. Oh God, he said Rossiter. That's a callback to This Island Earth.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's. See, now that would take nothing to do that special effects now today, kids. But then that probably cost them a couple $1,000s to do that.
Oh, probably
for the animation and the opticals.
They had to just animate over it.
Blow a fan in his face and a light, flash a light. Now you just do it in a computer. Like you'd still use the fan, but you know you do all the special effect part in the computer instead of opticals and all that crap. That door.
I know.
I want a door like that opens in the middle. That has got to be a pain in the ass to fix if it breaks. That's probably why it's all broke like that. Oh my God.
There she is. She's so angry. I was just listening to her. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is a good part. Yeah.
She's so good at being angry.
I didn't care for her show, but and everything else she's in, I don't mind her.
I know. I love her in Spinal Tap. I love her in this.
Yeah.
Of course, she's dressed like a bimbo. Maybe that's why they didn't promote her.
Well, the show she did, that really just annoyed me. I got red cars.
Don't you club that baby seal.
I'm gonna club this baby seal.
Oh, he's so cute.
I apologize, folks. We just fall into this movie. I mean, I've seen this movie a million times.
Oh, same here. It's so good, though.
I even have the Blu-ray, but...
See, at least they gave her a promotion, though.
Yeah. They make her the news lady, but I love the camera guy. Isn't it Billy Barty? Is it?
Yeah, it's Billy Barty.
God, I've been about a good 2-3 years since I watched
this movie was so before its time. It had women representation. It had little people representation. He didn't judge anybody based on anything, and he's like, "Sure, I'll give you a job, whatever."
Well, yeah, because they all are kind of the misfits. Because once we see the big news channel in town, that's this perfect lead into this scene here with Andrew McCarthy, isn't it?
Andrew McCarthy,
yeah.
Right.
Oh, shit.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he's Zombie on
Yeah. Shit, I just had it up here and I closed it. Damn it. Mecca lecca hi, mecca hi ho.
Now he was what was it with the Groundlings troop? I want to say that's what Pee Wee was a part of, and Elvira, and
that's what a lot of these guys I think are a part of too. Like because Fran Drescher is too, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Richards.
I think so.
Maybe even Emo for that matter.
Michael Richards in Second City, yeah, Second City, a long time too.
Mm-hmm. And I call you in here because you're lonely. You kind of love Stanley. He's such a sweetie.
Oddly enough, I guess Seinfeld was actually offered a part in this movie and he didn't take it.
Oh, I believe it. Well, he was really getting really big then.
Yeah, it was just when he was starting big, and it wasn't only a year or two away from his show, I think. Mm-hmm. When did that start? 92, Rob? 93?
No, actually it started I think 90.
90?
Or maybe 90. Later this year, 89, I think. Maybe.
Really? You could be because I think I lived. Yeah, you might be right.
There's a video game I play called Saturday Morning RPG, and they have just an entire storyline that's basically Stanley Spadowski's mop. only like different enough to be. Oh yeah, it's great. It's like a retro throwback game. It's got like references GI Joe. He plays Marty Michael Hall, and you have a hoverboard, and you have a trapper keeper. It's great. I love it.
You get
like
the drink from the fire hose.
That even has like references to Lampoon's Vacation or Christmas Vacation. A lot of Gremlin stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out though.
Yeah,
I'm not big on RPGs, but
it's like $1 on Steam. You kind of wander around, and it's just the turn-based combat system. See, now George is like you. This is back when you have like, you have George as the good guy, and of course the TV station, the man, basically as the bad guy.
Yeah, this is the local network, which would be like your CBS, NBC, Fox type thing. For those who are wondering what I mean, I know most of you out there probably do. But.
Mm-hmm.
You speaking mail is a federal offense. He's such a great actor, though. Such a classic actor. Such all the old sci-fi movies and stuff he's done, and the Joe Dante movies. And...
Got Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tries to fire him.
Which ironically is how he does his Joe Dante cameo in Gremlins, is the scene from the end scene from Body Snatchers. That's the only Joe Dante movie he's not physically in, from what I remember. Until he passed, of course.
Oh, his mom.
Not my mom. See, now this was weird. I have a funny history with this movie. I always wanted to watch it, when I was a kid when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the video store, the local video store we only had one. And somebody rented it and never brought it back.
Oh.
So I spent years tracking this movie down. I finally had to special order it. And it was like, I didn't get to see it till like maybe 2 years after it came out at the most, maybe. But I mean, of course, then, it was a big deal because it take a year just for a movie to come to video. So,
oh yeah. Yeah.
So I found it used finally somewhere, but yeah.
That's kind of like how I finally saw Shock Treatment used on video.
Well, that one I can understand because that was just hard to find. I remember paying $40-$50 for a tape of that back in the day on eBay before, even before DVD was a big thing yet. Because that was just hard. That was only released once.
That might have been mine.
Well, it was only released once. Could have been. You never know.
Yeah, because I got it I had it transferred off of the tape onto DVD.
Yeah, I just bought the tape years and years ago. Well, I had the video store at the time too. So.
Okay.
So to me, it was just an investment. But yeah.
Yeah, I finally got UHF on video, probably at Media Play in the late '90s. They finally released it for home release, and I tried to get it autographed when I met Weird Al, but unfortunately, this was during the what was the one with the Star Wars song that came out? Running with
what the hell did he call it, Rob?
What was the name of that album?
Oh, the album is Running with Scissors.
Yeah. The Saga Begins.
The Saga Begins. I was trying to remember the name, yeah.
Yeah, it was when that came out, and he played in Fort Collins, and I was living up there at the time. And I remember going back to my apartment and waiting with the tape, and then of course he couldn't autograph anything. He couldn't even speak because his voice was going out, so he had to like pantomime everything. And so they just kind of rushed him by, and he just shook people's hands, and that was it. And,
that's a bummer.
I didn't get an autograph, but I've seen him like 4 or 5 times now. I can't remember anything.
Well, that's cool.
2, 3, 4.
I love he waves at the TV.
What was it, Lila Farnsworth he's playing, Tony Geary?
Yeah.
Probably because of isn't Farnsworth the inventor of television?
I think so. I'm sure with knowing Weird Al, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Al is a big nerd. Like he graduated high school early and then went to college, and I can't remember what he's got a degree in, but
I know he did radio. He was a DJ at the college.
Well, yeah, he was a DJ at the college, but I mean, he was actually what was he, only like 14 or whatever when he started college or something like that?
I can't remember.
He was very young.
Because he graduated, he was really young. He was one of those phenom kids. And he swears up and down, if it wasn't for just the happenstance that, if any other salesman had showed up at his house that day other than a an accordion salesman, he'd have been, playing whatever else, could have been a violin, could have been,
See, that would have been fine too. But the fact that it was an accordion
it was just so unique. Yeah. And then the fact that the last name Yankovic was already synonymous with polka, I think it was just kind of
Frankie Yankovic, yeah.
Which there is no relation, to be clear. There's absolutely
there's a couple of songs that they've done together, I think.
Yes,
and I know
but they actually have no familial relation.
Oh God, Emo Phillips.
This guy's fucking awesome. And this guy, I've seen him too before, quite a few places. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't in the Fat video too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, Emo Phillips.
I love this. This is probably the centerpiece of this whole thing.
It's just the hair. This is a character.
Table saw? And then he gives him the face. Mr. Know-It-All. I love that. Sorry, guys. I'm going to mute for a second. I love this part.
No. Right as Emo Phillips cut off his finger. 2640.
This is probably why the movie got a PG-13 besides the poodles.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing they suggest. Because here's the thing: when you send a movie into the MPAA to get it rated, they can tell you, okay, it's rated this, and then you're like, and then they can give you suggestions to get it to another rating if you want to, but they can't really get specific. But I guess one of the only things they were real specific about was the poodles. And Weird Al's just like, that's stupid because there's no blood or nothing. The only time there's blood is the Emo Phillips scene, So it was like, and it's so over the top. Now here's another interesting bit of trivia. I guess that the company that owned this billboard, this was such an unpopulated area that after Orion paid for the billboard for the movie, the company never took it down. And for months afterwards, people would show up to the location that was.
I would totally go there.
And they would get pissed because it wasn't there. So eventually enough people complained to the billboard company that they took it down. But I guess it stood for 4 or 5 months after filming.
So the other part to my Weird Al engagement story was that instead of a ring, it was a spatula.
Fitting. That's fitting.
It was during the concert when they played that on the big screen.
But do you almost got to think that wouldn't work out, really? But
I know.
Oh, the dad. Who's he? That's oh shit! I've seen him.
I know I have too. Oh God! A kid's show. Of course, he put on a kid's show. Uncle Nutsy's Clubhouse.
Maybe it's not who I think he is.
Yeah, I would be like that. I'd be like, screw you, Uncle Nutsy.
Well, I think at least on my first ad was just a pop-up ad or whatever. Because I don't think didn't give you guys an ad yet, has it?
No, it's not giving me that. No.
We went past the first ad already. I think it was just a pop-up or whatever. Bobo the Clown.
Bobo. This would be so obnoxious for kids, though.
Oh, wow. This was just put on here.
Okay, I'd watch that.
This was just loaded up the 1st of July, by the way.
That's sweet.
It's the 30th anniversary this month, too, so it was properly timed.
I'm old.
Yeah, Uncle Floyd used to actually wear a jacket like that and the bow tie.
That's probably why he did it.
I'm going to say it's probably a direct parody of it. Because that's kind of his inspiration for this whole movie was all the weird shit he used to watch on UHF.
Mm-hmm. And that's the type of stuff I would watch. Just the weirdest, most like I loved Nightstand as a kid. Well, in the 90s, I was a kid.
But the simplicity of this joke is just the weird thing is this is something you would see on one of these access shows too. The type of jokes they would do, like a Bozo the Clown or a one that Rob mentioned.
Uncle Floyd.
Floyd, yeah.
No budget.
Yep.
Be all his friends, yeah.
Of course, normally the host would probably be coming off a bender, but
right.
Welcome to the show, kids. We're gonna have quiet day today.
She's interviewing this guy.
Uncle Slappy's got a headache. And there's what's his face from all the Ernest movies. Speaking of Ernest, or most of the Ernest movies, I can't
kill people. I do. Oh,
I do.
She's the only person watching them.
Probably.
She's obligated to because it's her boyfriend.
But this really has like a classic kind of story. You know, yeah, it has
the bizarre commercials, yeah.
Yes, I love the commercials.
These are some of the best parts of the commercials, yes.
Spots are us.
Spots are us. Established in 1983. I don't know if I ever noticed that on video. See, because it would look like that on the TV there on video.
Yeah, so many of the commercials were put inside the soundtrack album too. This is my first Weird Al album. Was the soundtrack.
I wish I still had it. I used to. The only one I found so far out of my junk was Even Worse, and it's got a little weird pinhole crack in it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it sucks. I gotta get it again. I mean, didn't you say there was a box set, or it did come out, or it's coming out?
Yeah, he had a box set that had like all the albums on vinyl, I think, or CD.
Oh, on vinyl. I don't want. I mean, I like vinyl, but I'd rather them on CD. Just
yeah, I think it had it on CD as well.
Oh, I love this part.
Oh, the video.
Okay, here's a rarity for Weird Al. Here's another bit of my knowledge of his trivia, and I'm sure Mecca knows this too. This is one of the few rare times you had the original artist play on the track.
Yeah, and what was funny though is that John Bermuda Schwartz actually played the riff better.
Yeah,
than Mark Knopfler.
And that was because, and Weird Al gives him, a good reason on the commentary. He says it's because Mark was probably playing it nonstop for a year there at that point in concert. And when you're in concert, a lot of times they speed up the songs, the tempo, and that's what they said the problem was, is he sped up the tempo a little bit.
Yeah, and he simplified the riff, I think. Too.
Yeah, they simplified it a little bit. And then I don't know if they may have redubbed their guitarist over top of it, but I can't remember. But because of that and some other wrangling with the lawyers, it has to be called the Beverly Hillbillies / Money for Nothing, because Mark Knopfler actually played on the track originally or whatever, and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I think this was one of my first Weird Al songs I ever heard.
I love this song.
Yes.
Again, this was one of the first videos to use computer animation, and then of course Weird Al went and used it again here. I think he had the same exact company do the animation for it.
Now, this is the second time he did this. He put the theme song to a different song because he had done the Brady Bunch before this.
Yep. But I mean, like, as far as using the computer generated, it's exact like the it was a groundbreaking video at the time. Oh, you gotta think about it. This was the first time a lot of us had ever seen any kind of animation like this, as quaint as it looks now. This was a couple of years yet before Toy Story and stuff. At least a good 5 years, I think, almost. At least from when the original video came out, anyway.
Yeah. Well, the original was what, like 84 or something?
Actually, a little later. I think it's like 87, but yeah. I'd have to double check. You may be right. It may be 85.
I'm in 87 now that I think about it.
I'm trying to remember now.
It was one of the real early MTV videos, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was one of the big ones to really take off, and besides Thriller and stuff like that, to get notice and put MTV on the map.
And they actually just play the entire video in the movie, which is usually a rare thing.
Isn't it weird and Rob will know what I'm talking, you will too, Mecca, and some of the older people in the audience. Isn't it weird in our lifetime we saw MTV go from being a joke to being the only thing we would watch? We would live, breathe, eat, sleep, MTV. And then all of a sudden it became a fucking joke again.
Oh, yeah. No. the victim of its own success.
I think so. I mean, because I remember for the longest time when I was younger, MTV was like the channel that everybody like laughed at. Like, that's a fad. Who's gonna watch music videos for 24 hours a day?
Well, we did.
That's what I'm saying. I just said we turned around. Next thing you know, we're eating, sleeping, drinking all day long. That fucker was on.
It was.
They didn't even air all music videos. There were times a night where they would run NASA animation as filler.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been trying to find that NASA animation, and I can't find it now.
It had like Liquid Television, and
yeah, I didn't mind when they did a few shows. Beavis and Butthead especially was the best part we got of that.
oh god,
But then it went overboard. Yeah. Then they started doing the fucking reality shows and the celebrity shows. And, I think the Cribs is where it kind of went off.
Cribs, it was like right after Jackass, right when Jackass started.
Another one that really kind of, I think that really tarnished the channel. As much as I like some of the shit they did, I just don't know if MTV was the right place for it. Yeah. Should have been on Comedy Central.
It should have been. I think when MTV stopped playing videos overnight, at least,
pretty much,
at least in the 90s, at least like in the mid-90s, like when Marilyn Manson, the Spice Girls, and all that stuff, all overnight they would just play videos.
Yeah. Well, I got to a point where I just switched over to VH1 because they were actually still playing videos.
Yeah, or MTV2 was really good for like
when they finally did MTV.
Yeah. Like all the Pixies and Frank Black stuff and all the alternative stuff that just all the kind of really obscure, like pretty sure it was like 120 minutes. And I loved that. And a lot of even the metal stuff. So they weren't really playing like stream pop or like MTV music. They were just playing the 120 minute stuff for a while when M2 first started.
And then, of course, now we get to the struggle. We're at the end of the first act here where I'm trying to... What the hell's George? That's his name, ain't it?
Yeah.
What the hell's his name? Yeah. Where he realizes they're almost out of money and then he forgot his girlfriend's birthday.
Oh.
This is a very well-written movie. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you can get down, and I looked on the IMDb. It's got a 7 on the IMDb. That's not bad.
It's a solid movie.
No, it's not. It's not a bad movie. No, it's just it got saddled with a bad release date. What it is.
And I don't think earlier, man. And well, even a couple months maybe. But not only that, I think a lot of critics at the time probably didn't take it seriously because it was Weird Al.
Oh yeah.
And it proved
like the legend is he's now.
And it proved to be the fad that everybody thought it was going to be, as far as the movie. And that was not any fault of its own, other than, like Rob just said, it got just swamped in a summer of movies that, are still iconic to this day. So it's no surprise that it got buried, but the fact that it lived on this long and we're talking about it now 30 years later says a lot. So shut up, you little weasel.
One of his favorite,
I'm a pathetic coyote. I can see Rob.
Exactly.
Road runner who mocks him endlessly.
That's good. I like that.
I hope you enjoy it.
That's good.
That's the next character, something like that. An angry kid show host. Yeah. We already got one.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I have to keep muting because I'm laughing. So I love this fucking movie. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, George. Okay.
Like I said, this is the type of stuff that UHF used to air too. The Stanley.
Yeah, and this is not even out of the realm of possibility, Rob. You know what I'm talking about too. It's like somebody would quit and you'd be like, "Oh fuck, get somebody in here quick!" And the next thing you know, you got the janitor reading the news.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's good. That's the thing. He was just good as a kid show host.
I love it. That's my favorite mop. It's not as good as my old mop.
Blueberry daiquiri.
I got stuck on a.
I bet a blueberry daiquiri would be good.
All banana ones are. And strawberry.
As long as it's real banana, because I can't do fake.
I know a place you can get real strawberry daiquiris for $1 in Vegas.
I mean, I don't mind fake strawberry flavor and fake blueberry, but banana, watermelon are two that I cannot do the fake flavors of. I didn't get an umbrella. He's got like this tiki kind of thing going on too, all the time too with him.
Oh boy.
I love how just instantly of a success he is.
Right. It's a little over the top that everybody's like, you know, you would think at first the kids would get on board and then they'd, you know, then the parents would, you know, whatever. But
that's kind of the way it happens sometimes. You know, it's hey, you got to check this guy out. You know.
I want to show you something. I want to show you. Whoa. Sorry, I've seen this movie so many times.
I can't believe it.
It's my mom.
It's a pretty good mom.
It's not as good as my old mom, but still a good mom.
I think I jumped ahead again now.
Oh, you jumped ahead?
Yeah, because I had a commercial and I had to read.
Oh, you did? I didn't get one this last time, and I don't even have YouTube Premium anymore. I'm at 4130.
Okay.
I'm at 4135 right now.
Yeah, I am too, but yeah.
Okay.
When I said it, I was at 4130. I love this. These floors are dirty as hell. And that's, of course, Network, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Dirty as hell. Which Network was a movie I didn't see till later in life either.
Coming to get you,
Rob.
Yeah, they're coming to get me, yeah.
You're like, I'm not pirating UHF. It's free. It's free. And thank you. Even though you demonetized us before we even started, we're promoting your goddamn video, but whatever. Pardon my French there, folks. Sorry.
Really? We're demonetized already?
Oh, yeah. We were before we started, as usual.
So that's, you know what to do, chat. Once we get to $100, braless bounce. Oh, and I'm wearing a see-through top.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even see. We haven't gotten any yet, have we? No. I've been poking into the chat. I'm really sorry, guys. I get sucked into this movie. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I do apologize. It's just such a great movie.
It is.
We picked some good ones so far. So
200, I do a braless wet t-shirt bounce.
There you go.
I'm in a see-through top,
and
I did one early today.
Yeah. And it got chilly, folks.
It got very chilly.
If you know what I mean.
Rob, what do you think of the braless wet t-shirt bounce?
I approve this message.
Sold out. Usually TV stations give you free tickets, though.
Oh yeah, no. Well, sold out the ad.
Sold out the sponsors.
Oh, okay,
yeah, because the scene before this, at the end of the first act, that's what they were saying is they only had enough money to get through like the end of the week or whatever it was.
Okay.
See,
oh God, Wheel of Fish.
Oh, this like again. This is the crazy kind of show they would have. See, there you go, an Asian guy. Diversity. There's diversity for you.
Stupid. To this day, I still do the stupid thing.
Oh, I know.
Stupid.
He's still got the gi on though from karate school.
Well, that's what he does. He drags all his friends in.
Yeah, exactly.
And gives them a show.
That's kind of what we do here on YouTube. It's
exactly. Yeah.
Tasty fish.
This is Long Duck Dong too, right? This guy.
Yes.
Long Duck
Yeah.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
Hiro-san.
Yes, we don't have the sound effects, guys, so we don't bleed through the audio, but I would have played it otherwise. Oh, sexy girlfriend.
That could be a watch party too.
Okay, mystery box.
Well, we got to do Revenge of the Nerds yet too. I know that's
Here's
we're
JJ
good at
Abrams'
this,
mystery
but
box right
One
here.
and two.
we got to do that before some of the other ones. Yeah, we got a long
Mhm.
laundry list to get through. A few of them we want to push off and plan for special times, like the Bill and Ted ones. We want to do closer to when Bill and Ted 3 comes out, I think, and stuff like that. So,
I'll watch this.
wouldn't
Mad
you?
Scientist. Yeah.
That's the cool thing about these shows. Is like, yeah, they're totally shit. You'd
We'd
watch. 2
So
Secrets of the Universe.
I love how I just got it written down. That's so him too. That's a good, perfectly title card.
Mhm.
This is so YouTube.
Isn't it?
There's this channel I watch that it kind of takes like videos and they listen how to get high. Where they make like little skits. I was actually showing Rob some of those. You gotta get those guys on.
Raoul's Wild Kingdom. Turtles! They're made for suction cups, you know. What?
And this is just some guy with a shit ton of pets. I love this guy.
I
think
love
this
this.
guy's the founder of the X-Men.
Yes.
I think so. We got to find a spot for him in the X-Men, that's for sure. So Raoul, who would Raoul be?
Raoul would be like
He could talk to animals. So who can talk to animals? Is there a mutant that can talk to animals?
probably. Maybe Raoul will be Beast.
There you go. Yeah. Watch this. I love this. It stinks. Okay. What's funny is they should have had the turtle like fall, like just thud.
Fall.
That reminds me, a couple weeks ago, I had to pull over and save a painter turtle, get him across the road. Poor little guy. They hate it when you do this. I thought you did. Of course, this is funny. We just said he gave his friends a show, and then this guy, they don't even know who the hell he is. Like, I thought you hired him. I thought you did. He's got fucking turkey.
Butterfly.
But apparently, this is one of the reasons for the PG-13 here. Yeah.
Aww. Poor poodle.
You can hear it whining like it's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear it barking though? Yeah. Because I don't think Weird Al would actually kill him.
No.
He's got a couple of them there.
Dog.
Literal dog pile.
That's the joke. It's the dog pile.
Yep. Back when Radio Shack was 2 words. Ooh.
I was looking for like a battery or something, or some kind of something that was hard to find, and I said, "Damn it, Radio Shack would have had this."
Yeah.
There are still a few here and there, but not very many, I guess, anymore.
Well, there are cell phone stores and malls.
Yeah, they pretty much sold out to other companies.
Sprint, it's a Sprint store now.
Like the one around here sold out to US Cellular, but yeah. I told you about Rolex.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, it was looking at just Sean Stripe, back Radio Shack, 2 words, back when it's Radio Shack still existed.
True. But they still exist. They're still around in certain. There's a very, very few of them left. But just so anybody's wondering, we are 49 minutes in. I am, at least.
This guy in the cowboy hat.
Yeah, and take that ridiculous thing off.
I love physical comedy like this.
But this is the best part, is this is stupid comedy, but it's not like the Scary Movie stupid comedy, to where it's just obnoxiously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a bunch of setup, like, skits instead of actual, I mean, it's got an actual story. It's got actual characters. It's got an arc. You give a shit about the characters.
Yep. Misdirection here when it's a mustache and the cowboy hat.
Well, they gave him a little fucking car. His studio's all bigger now because he's got a bunch of money. That's cool. They just don't make good movies like this anymore. They just rip them off.
They all reboot, remake, or rip off.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was, I wouldn't say it was ahead of its time because the UHF channels were like, all over the place at that time. But it was in the sense of like YouTube, like you keep bringing up, though, because that's kind of like you said, where the UHF shows went, and they did.
The kid found a marble in the oatmeal.
Oh, marble in the oatmeal.
And this is one of those real kind of things they would do on these kind of shows, too. That's the fucked up part.
Mm-hmm.
Not the hose part, but the marble in the oatmeal thing.
Oh, yeah, because what does it cost to make that much oatmeal? Like $2?
Probably.
Well, and this was also in the day and age of like Double Dare and shit like that, to where
It's Double Dare.
Yeah, it's just too bad Michael Richards had to go crazy.
Yeah.
Badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. Long way for that joke.
They played that one time. Name the line. They had a radio contest. Name the movie this line came from, and everyone called up and said, "Oh, it's Blazing Saddles." I'm like, no, you idiots! I had no idea what the station number was. I'm like, no, it's Treasure Sierra Madre.
And the original quote isn't even exactly like that, is it? That's one of those
badges. We don't need those stinking badges.
Yeah, is it really like okay?
Yeah.
So I thought that was one of the ones that people confuse with the actual quote sometimes because of all the parodies, but I was wrong.
He spent a lot of money to break.
I'm probably thinking of You Dirty Rat.
Oh, where's Andre for this one?
Conan. The leper.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Sorry, these books are late.
Oh, this is so bad.
That's one of the other reasons why I think it might have got a PG-13 too. But bloodless again, he pointed out. Tastes like Pope. I say that all the time.
Cornflakes.
Frito inside. Sorry, I'm just mimicking the movie. Go ahead, Becca.
That's good.
It's all right.
Everybody's got great timing in this movie too. And you got such a great mix of comedy. You have, the physical comedy, like Mecca said. You have the sight gags, like the World of Phlegm right there. And then you have the excellent just timing, like with some of the one-liners. And then you have the other ones where you go a long way around for the stinking badgers. I mean, there's just a whole mix of, kind of joke telling. It's not the same old shtick with like these
Druids.
Druids are great. And I know some people like the Sharknado movies, but that's kind of the things I can't watch those kind of movies because they're just too. I mean, these characters at least take themselves seriously, even though they're in a comedy. You know what I mean? And it's goofy and screwball.
Everybody's in on the joke. That's the thing. They're all in on the joke. Of the ratings, yeah.
Thanks.
Don't tell me we showed up on the list. We're number 1. I'd be like, that's got to be an error.
That's improved graphics.
And what happens when you're in the number 1 station in town? Well, the people who have the money try and shut you down. Gee, what does this remind us of? Pulling for burgers. I want to do that.
Strip solitaire. Oh, shit.
Practical jokes and bloopers.
Celebrity. See, there's so many of these jokes they could not do nowadays.
Oh.
Oh God.
Call me Mr. Butterfingers. Chris the Geek moment.
And of course, they're mad now. The network, the man, take that, the man.
Well, it's an underdog story, you know, that scrappy underdog. Yeah.
And then they get mad at you when you actually root for the underdog now.
Oh yeah. How dare you?
That's right. We got to stick it to the man.
The but this is the thing, though. I mean, and this is a point I was bringing up on Twitter about somebody at Disney. Oh well, you don't understand. There's the opportunities, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you have to create your own. Be a hog. You have to create your own opportunities. That's what George is doing. Oh.
Okay, here's the thing, trivia. I guess he was doing the little kung fu moves there just a second ago when he was like sort of dancing. The original song was Kung Fu Fighting, but they couldn't get the rights. Which is fine, because then that would have been the only song in the movie that wasn't a Weird Al song, really, if you think about it. If they would have done that.
Well, and on the soundtrack, Let Me Be Your Hog leads into She Drives Like Crazy, right?
I think so. And then not only that, I think Let Me Be Your Hog was one of those songs that he had always like meant for an album before that, and he would have been sitting around anyway. Mm-hmm. It might even have been a B-side on something before that. I don't remember.
But it wasn't like a full song, too. It was just like a lick. Guy changes out his hand for a meat cleaver. I love it.
Yeah, I got to get this album again. This was a hard one to get. This was one of his albums that was out of print for a while too, besides the movie, because of the whole rights. There was issues with this movie and a lot of the Orion movies, and I'm assuming since the soundtrack was attached to the movie, that was why. Because when they re-released all his albums on CD, that was the only one that was like left off for a while. Then it eventually did get a release, but because I remember when I was trying to upgrade, that was the only one I couldn't find ever.
I think I had it, but it was like a really early printing of the CD.
Yeah, or like when they did the remasters or whatever it was, you couldn't get it, whichever one it was. I can't remember now, but it was like, yeah, I knew that was the one they couldn't get the rights to or whatever, because it was attached to the movie. Because this movie didn't get re-released again since 89, I almost said 87, since it originally was released in 89 on video or whatever, until way, way, way later. On the front, when the first time it was released on DVD was the first time it had been released since it was on video for the very first time because of the rights issues.
Well, yeah, and I think I finally got it on VHS in probably 98.
Yeah, if you found it anywhere on that, it was probably either just a used copy from a video rental or a back stock from somewhere, because it was out of print. No, Ryan was gone. So
I think I got it in 96, 97. I got it I think in Denver.
I want to say that they finally got the rights to release it in like 2002, somewhere in there. It was a couple years after DVD had come out.
That's about when I got my DVD. I still have the DVD. I never upgraded, so I usually don't anymore.
Well, they didn't do another version until Shout just recently, a couple years back. That would have been the last time I actually watched it. They released it on Blu-ray, I think, about 2 years ago, 2015 maybe at the latest. And they did a great job. This is the print we're watching now, is the Shout print. And they got some great special features on there and shit and all. I think they carried everything over from the DVD, of course. And I've noticed things just watching it here that I didn't notice the last time I watched it. Like the established in 1983 thing and stuff like that for the Plots Are Us.
Yeah, great.
And for me to notice stuff like that, because I've seen this movie so many times that, I mean, obviously I know shit by heart, so... Yes, I'm a Weird Al fan.
Yeah, me too. We all are.
I got to get all his albums again because my CDs are trashed. As I said, I've only found one of the few that I know I still have. And
yeah, that's kind of how mine got trashed over the years.
Well, I transferred them over, and I'm like, I'll never need CDs again.
And now I
lost them all. when I lost all my digital copies.
See, that's why you never get rid of your physical. And
I still have them, but I just tossed them all in a bin. And from DJing, they were just so trashed. So I've been going through them slowly as I find them. And if they're still worthy, I'll get a new case for them. And,
you'll just have to be like my brother Dave. Have someone burn all the CDs.
I don't like that though. I'm just if you haven't noticed from me, if you've seen any caught any pictures of what I have around me, I'm a physical media freak.
I know, yeah.
And the reason we're giving away Tom's stuff is because Tom has so much stuff to give away. And I'm not going to go sell it to some resale or pawn shop for next to nothing when I know you guys out there would really enjoy it, or even try to sell it on eBay. Hell with that. I mean, yeah, we're going to do it with the super chats, but that's just so I can cover the shipping costs. But there's going to be some good stuff I'm going to be giving away. We haven't decided exactly how we're going to do it all yet. If you guys, maybe we'll put up a poll on that, or we thought about trying it 2 different ways, because I got some goofy stuff that'd be fun, but then I also got some really collectible stuff that I just haven't been able to sell on eBay. So screw it. You guys could have a chance to get something that's worth a lot of money for next to nothing. You never know. So we'll discuss that later. That's So here we go. Now he's trying to buy the station from Uncle Harvey Bill Check.
But yeah, it is an incentive for super chatting. I do the braless bounces and stuff. So
it's similar, but at the same time, to me, it's just so I can cover the shipping costs, because it's a lot more expensive to ship some things than you think.
Oh yeah.
And I'll definitely try and make it worthwhile for everybody. I'll try and put 2 or 3 things together that are related and stuff, like a couple CDs, maybe one night, and movies and some other things. I got some toys and stuff left over from the video store yet, and some Star Wars stuff, all kinds of different stuff.
This is good. I like this. I love
Sex
that.
with furniture. What do you think?
Like it's a
road maps. And anybody who's wondering if they're too young to remember, this is a parody of the Geraldo show, which Geraldo's on Fox News now, but he used to have a show like this, basically, like the kind of where Jerry Springer all kind of sprung from. Same kind of thing. What's sad is this is a parody here, but it became more reality as the years went on.
I know. Like the guy fighting a skinhead.
Well, that was a direct. That was the episode that he got the chair thrown at him.
Yeah,
they had the skinhead fight in the.
He's all bandaged.
Black Panther. Remember, I believe it was.
This is good. You forget how good this was.
I didn't. That's why when I saw it on there, I'm like, we got to do this one. We were gonna do Meatballs, and we still might, but Mecca's never actually seen Meatballs, and she should watch it before we do the watch party. But
it's all right. It's all right.
Well, you should at least watch the movie so you can watch the movie.
I've seen it. I think I've seen it before. It's just been so long. It's not like I know this one.
I think this one's a bit more popular than that in retrospect. I mean, yeah, Meatballs was the bigger movie at the time, but I'm thinking this one's going to, be more popular with our crowd.
Oh yeah, and there's other stuff that we can look through too.
Oh yeah, and like I said, we're going to do Bill and Ted later down the road. I know that was some that some people suggested. I like this. Okay, just in case anybody's wondering, I am at the 103, almost 104 mark, like 10 seconds away. So,
yeah.
Telethon. Sean Stripe says UHS has more staying power. Honestly, I don't think it ages itself as badly as Meatballs did. Like Meatballs really ages badly, in my opinion. It's a good movie. It's a great movie, but it's grown a little stale over the years, and the sequels have kind of tarnished its original film. But it's still a great movie.
How the stock.
Save our station. Yeah.
Kind of a brilliant thing.
It's like, that's the funniest thing is like just at that moment he figured out that SOS was the same as Save Our Station. And that's
and
the
you know
physical.
how he planned that too.
Oh yeah, well that's the physical great comedy of Michael Richards on display there. Yeah, these guys always play like gangsters and ruffians,
Heavies, gangsters.
heavies. Yeah. I love this when they kidnap him. I'm thinking of something orange.
That's what like a UHF station would be, like a little dinky building on the edge of town, or somewhere out in the desert, out west. Yeah, on the edge of the desert.
A lot of them actually reverted into radio stations, FM stations, over time.
So this movie kind of reminds me of like what a lot of people are doing with entertainment lately. We're like, we don't care about.
Oh wow!
We're. Well, do you want me to finish my thought?
Yes, I was going to kind of go. Then hurry up.
I was going to go into like the kind of look at comic books. Comic books are dying, or movies, and we're just going to like screw you. We're going to do our own, and we're going to crowdfund, and we're gonna make it happen, right?
Yeah, that's why I says like kind of like be kind, rewind ahead of time too. And YouTube, you're right about that. But yeah, what made me hurry Mecca up there is thank you so much, Sixth Anomaly, for a $50 super chat. He says, "Yeah,
Jiggles,
go balls deep."
I don't know if you guys can see him.
I got to do the camera. Hang on.
There we go.
Now you're on.
Now we're on. Thank you so much. I gotta have the writing cross.
Wow, that's crazy. Thank you so very much, sir. I'm assuming
you're so much. Sixth Anomaly. Thank you so much.
I can picture that happens, like annoying the kidnappers. They say, "Christ, get rid of him."
I love that. Well, that's what I said. This predates a lot of stuff like Dumb and Dumber and the Farrelly brothers did, and they just made billions of dollars with it, Well, that's kind of what happened to Kevin Smith too. He was doing the same kind of thing, and it just got ignored.
All those guys.
Yeah, they were in like an act at the time. The Thing with Two Heads. Did you see that poster?
And those are the type of movies that they would air. Those obscure beats, which I love.
Yeah, because a lot of times those were either cheap or free because they were public domain, and that's why.
Or they'd get like a package deal.
Yeah.
They would buy a block of movies together, really cheap.
Well, yeah, a lot of people were introduced. Actually, that's a good thing you brought that up. A lot of people were introduced to like Dracula and Frankenstein and that kind of stuff because they bought them. The UHF stations would buy the monster packs in the 50s
or Godzilla,
the 60s, and the Godzilla packs. Yeah,
having Costello meet Godzilla, having Costello meet Dracula, having Costello meet the werewolf.
I guess this is for the Brawless Bounce, huh?
I guess.
It's your channel. Is it okay to do it?
I don't care. Holy cow. Let me get you up there. Holy Cazzoli. Thank you, Sixth Anomaly. I guess you got a fan, Mecca. I'm gonna have to send you some more money.
Brawless Bounce.
Oh my goodness. And it's chilly there. Now remember, folks, if you help Sixth Anomaly out now and get us to 200, what happens, Mecca?
It's the wet t-shirt, Brawless Bounce.
Yeah, we're already demonetized, so right?
Fuck it, might as well.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sixth Anomaly. That is amazing.
This is good, Gandhi.
You have no idea how much that'll help us out.
Gandhi kills
Gandhi
everything.
Too. This is the director right here, actually. And this is why I don't know if Weird Al directed a lot of his own videos, because this guy directed a lot of Weird Al's videos too.
Isn't that Weird Al though? No.
No, it's what the hell's his name? No, it was in my head. No, I just
Just Ferrari.
No, I actually thought it was too. Jay Levy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He does kind of look like Weird Al. But yeah, he actually directed the Fat video and stuff like that. And he was a producer on the Complete Al.
Is my shirt dry yet? Yeah, it's been dry.
So we got to get it wet again, folks.
Well, I gotta put the girls away for now. Oh, the guy with the change.
I've been lucky. I haven't gotten stuck with one ad yet, and Mama just bypassed another one. So hopefully nobody's had ads to have to skip too many of them. Because we are at 110 right now, 110.10, 110.15, somewhere there. We're just entering the last act here.
Oh my god. I'll have to get back on, but I have to put the bra back on for the next bounce.
What, doesn't stay off after that? Well,
it doesn't. Well, it does once it's wet.
It's like freaking 6 Anomaly coming in like a boss.
no kidding, right?
Who's our,
Did he just throw another one? Holy cow! Yeah. I'm a bus of nut and cream.
That's what I said.
Okay, hang on. Let me get back on there so it's proper.
No, I had to put it back on because, like, yeah, the next 50 is a wet t-shirt.
Oh, come on.
Give him a sideways jiggle.
All right, everybody. Now you see Mr.
Side to side.
Anomaly.
Yeah. There she goes.
Anomaly.
Look at that.
He's setting the pace. Okay, now the rest of y'all got to step up.
Now I really got to take care of Mecca this next month. I'm just gonna stay on you for a few minutes.
Right now?
For now.
I guess I need to pop back up.
People like watching you too.
Oh, Stanley's in the closet, poor thing.
I'm thinking of something orange. Yes, I think you've gotten pretty much at least 75 to 80% of our audience sufficiently hot.
And or bothered.
And both.
A boob adoration fan.
Yeah, well, I think everybody's a fan of boobs.
I am.
Boobs.
6 Anomaly. We do have the PayPal and the GoFundMe's too available.
I was gonna say, I'm sure
10 grand more. Oh my god!
I was gonna say, I'm sure Mecca would love to work something out with you to help you spend that. My mop.
My mop. Oh, there he goes, like a superhero.
And it thinks you're very popular with the chat. Thank you again. I'm assuming you're sir, so I don't want to keep calling you sir if you're not. But
you should just assume my gender.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Rosetta Allen. We're just doing a watch party tonight, so yeah, this will get put in the playlist. So if you want to check back, actually, we've only got like less than 30 minutes left anyway. So. And this is where his physical comedy shines here.
Oh yeah, Michael Richards is so good at this.
Well, and I think that was the best part, is between the director and Weird Al, is they knew how to use everybody's strengths. Mm-hmm. And I don't really think there's a shitload of improv. I mean, there's some, but I think it's well-planned improv. And that's the thing, is a lot of these guys come from Second City and the Groundlings and stuff mostly, it seems like. So that helps too. It doesn't seem like we have that kind of stuff anymore. At least it's not as good as it used to be. No, what's up with that, Rob?
Look at what like Paul Feig did. He's got all these actresses for Ghostbusters, and he didn't do anything with them.
Right. I mean, you can do improv movies. Take care, Rosetta Allen. Thank you for joining us. You can do these kind of movies in improv, but you really have to pick the best of the bunch, and you can't just let it roll and expect them to come up with shit on the spot. You got to pre-plan it. They may say improvised a lot of times, but it's still pre-planned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it is. It is, but at the same time, you got to have the people to pull it off, though. That's the thing.
And know when to wrangle them in and when to cut them off.
Right. And even like Spinal Tap, they still went in knowing an idea of what was supposed to be played out in the scene and what key points they had to hit. Oh, geez. Here we go. 6th Anomaly. Thank you, sir, so very much. Wow. $25 more.
Well, you don't want me to, or you do?
Please don't shake your Taz again. Well, now he's paying you not to.
Okay.
We're assuming you mean not, but if you didn't mean that, then clarify. But okay. Now he's teasing everybody. Here's the Rambo part. I love this.
Yeah. That plastic.
I was going to say how much of the budget was spent on this chest.
So well sculpted. I never wanted her to giggle. I'm sorry, or does it mean jiggle? I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't? Well, okay.
I'm sorry. Vasquez rocks, yeah.
I like this. He's got a Chinese uniform on for no reason.
Oh, this is not even that big of a. Because I remember in Rambo 2. I love Rambo 2 for as schlocky as it is and great as it is, but you can tell, especially as you get older, if you've seen it as a kid, like how many times they reuse shots that are just reversed and the same explosions, and that scene they were making fun of there, just how ridiculous some of this stuff is in it.
Right. Kramer.
There's actually a Seinfeld porn parody.
Oh God, of course there is.
Yeah, it's called Heinfeld. You can imagine what that's about.
Is there not a porn parody of something? UHF. I bet there's not a porn parody of UHF. We'll say that.
Oh yeah. Look on the right.
He just and this is almost exactly like the fucking scene in the movie too.
And they'll fall. Did I miss supplies? No.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm thinking, does he grab a chicken? I mean, is the part where he shoots the chicken with the arrow, but with the bow?
That's in Hot Shots.
Yeah. Oh, those are good ones to watch too.
Yeah, those are good ones too. Those are like the last good parody movies.
I think so. The part 2 was yeah, that had like Rowan Atkinson.
I actually like the second one better than I do the first one, to be honest.
Too.
From memory anyway. I'd have to watch them. It's been a while, but I used to have them on DVD, but my ex took them. I
have the second one on DVD. I don't know if I have the first.
Well, it was a 2-pack of the first and second one, actually. It sucks, but yeah. You can see the fucking styrofoam. Top Secret, yeah, that's another good one. I think that one's a Zucker Brothers one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Zucker Abrams Zucker movie, yeah.
Zucker Abrams. Why do I keep calling them the brothers? Did they used to call themselves the Zucker Brothers or something?
It's one of them. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep calling them that. It's probably because I keep screwing them up with the Farrelly brothers. Zucker and Abrams. I keep doing it. Yes, keep reminding me, Rob. I sound like an idiot. Yay! Channel 8.
Hey, it was better than the Spock helmet.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Sure.
Says Sixth Anomaly. You rocking a mustache there, Sixth Anomaly?
Is that a Super Troopers reference? Because, man, I love some Super Troopers.
I think Sixth Anomaly likes you, Mecca.
It's just blowing up everything. You got Hollywood.
It's funny as one guy still got staples in his face. He says yes, Mecca. So you're a super fan.
Oh, thank you so much. And I do appreciate any support over here because it keeps. This is the fun channel. This is one of my fun streams.
I love that he's still got the staples.
Yeah.
Anybody who's ever been shot with a staple gun staple, it hurts.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like a mofo.
Yeah, I got a staple gun. I can...
Oh, just I happened to me more than once. You can fuck yourself up pretty good with one of those. Supplies.
Hey, there it is. It's funny, but I don't consider that racist, but it kind of could be, right?
Ouch, Sean. Don't do that again, please. Take a staple gun to the head. Tim Riggs coming through with $4.99. Thank you, sir. It's so sad how dead comedy is in Hollywood right now. They are so far up their own ass. There is no way they can do anything approaching this. Yeah, we've said that earlier too, Tim. That's the thing, is they don't make good shit like this anymore. Yeah, it's got a lot of the typical underdog tropes like Rob was saying, but they do it in such a great way. So
I'm okay with a good underdog story.
Oh yeah, if it's done right and they don't do the same old.
Right.
I'm just glad that this movie will never be remade. It's almost like it's remake proof.
Well, how could you?
Right, it's kind of like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You know, you can't do it without the original star because that's their movie. You know. Another unskippable commercial. Sorry about that, Black Phoenix. Some of us have been lucky not to get any. Some of us have been getting some skippable ones. We apologize. It must just be whatever region you're in, I suppose, or area.
Six Anomaly says shenanigans.
Oh, you're a fan of shenanigans?
I think he's making a Super Troopers reference.
Oh, that could be too. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Sorry, we do a show on Friday night with Mary Mayhem that it's called Shenanigans. I love that. Okay, say it again.
RJ Fletcher.
Exactly, Sean Strife. That's the best part, is they wouldn't see the money in it. So not only would it not happen just because, you know, it's a Weird Al movie, it just wouldn't happen. Because it was a big flop.
And it's so dated.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what television is anymore.
You could only do something like it. Powdered sugar, it kills lice. That's good to know if that's true.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. It could be true. I've heard of like cinnamon keeping ants out of your house and stuff. So it could very well be true. And if that's true, thank you for the tip.
Oh, here he goes.
And this is an old trope that got overused. You know, it's been used quite a few. No, don't get me wrong. This movie does have a few of them, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. I love it. I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna apologize for it.
No, if it's done well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Sean Strife. Like if they did a UHF modern day, it would be done in the vein of a YouTube channel. Basically, it would not even resemble the original, so it wouldn't even matter.
Oh, there's an idea for a movie. YouTube.
Yeah, right.
And we can crowdfund it.
movie about a small YouTube channel that
Disney.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, Mr. Kurt LB, the director's commentary. If you get a chance to listen to the commentary with Weird Al and all the people involved, it's a great commentary. I like some, but some commentaries can drag on, so I don't generally recommend a lot of them. That's one of them I do, definitely. It's too bad Victoria Jackson kind of went nowhere after a while. But she kind of went like crazy, didn't she?
Oh, I haven't seen her in years. Last thing I saw her was
I don't know for sure, but I think she ended up giving all her money away to, like, I don't know if it was Scientology or some shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I don't want to say for sure. I can't remember, so I don't know for sure. I don't want to say if I'm wrong.
I love how they just wait till like just that second.
Okay, maybe she got into the Bible thumping thing. I knew it was something to do with her religion. Thank you, Sean, for clearing that up. Sixth Anomaly, are you saying you're going to light my country music award on fire?
Yes, we are. Oh, poor Stanley. Walter's Dude Ranch is a shirt.
I'm assuming he stole the name Newman from Alfred E. Newman. Because this movie's just chock full of references and stuff. We could probably do a whole nother commentary just on the references, probably.
$2,000. Yeah, and there's the bum.
Let's see, Victoria Jackson.
75,000 cash. This is kind of similar to what they did in the Goonies too. With the
this
money.
is very typical of this type of a movie where everything comes together at the last minute. And yeah, I mean, at this time it was a trope, but it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it because it's uplifting.
It works. Sometimes you need movies like I don't mind a movie that's full of tropes as long as it finds ways to play with it in an interesting way.
Exactly.
And you care about the characters and you're rooting for the heroes like you're supposed to, and you hate the villains like you're supposed to, and so on.
Mr. Big Louie.
Not everything has to be a deconstruction or a,
The FCC.
See the good guys triumph and the bad guys are defeated. All is right with the universe.
Just like Star Wars. Oh wait.
Now, normally this would be a movie that's chock full of like after credit or during credit like things, but they didn't really do that a lot back then, folks. So this movie's just about over. So we want to take a few minutes here just to thank everybody for joining us on this. It's been fun as always.
My friend Jess is in this. Yeah, she's on. She's on right now. And he got his payback too. God, Billy Barty is so iconic too.
Yeah.
A lot of these little actors are kind of like they're so beloved and treasured. You know, you got like Billy Barty and Warwick Davis and Peter Dinklage, of course.
And if we can have him in blackface, no less.
I know.
One of these days we will see that.
Yeah, he's too classy for that.
We'll make it happen.
And the plot twist.
Oh.
And he was an alien. He went back to his own planet.
Oh, see, now you're a little ahead of us.
yeah, because I had to refresh.
That's all right.
Ka-ching.
Oh, we got another one from Tim Riggs. Thank you. UHF is a great movie. I encourage all the youngins to explore the 80s movies. They are, in my opinion, far superior to 98% of what we get today. There's various reasons for that, and we bring that up all the time. And this is a great example of one. And luckily, this is free for everybody right now on YouTube. So yeah, definitely take advantage of this opportunity. If you've not seen UHF, to check it out. Don't, listen to us blab about it. Check it out for yourself. And then after you've seen it, let us know in the comments what you thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Good George Candy. Oh.
All right, and the mommy daddy button.
He gave him a rare penny. Oh, and he got a Rolex. It's a callback. The callback to the Rolex. Why is this movie so good?
Black Phoenix wants to know how much is left for the last bounce. Let's see here.
It's probably like
about 40.
Wait.
Oh, no.
We got 75. We got 10.
We're pretty close, I think.
If for $15, maybe
20 or 15.
Yeah, 15.
I gotta add it up, but yeah.
Yeah, it's 15 left.
Yeah, 15. So we're just shy, 15 shy
of wet t-shirt.
Of a wet t-shirt bounce.
That's right. Dang it.
We already saw it today, Rob.
Was that?
We already saw one today.
Hey,
On my
you can
shirt.
never get too many wet t-shirt bounces.
Victoria Jackson. Oh, yeah, they do the little parody of Gone with the Wind.
And I like this. Normally, I don't like when they have like a character do like a bunch of imaginary moments. But in this movie, they didn't overdo it, and a lot of them played right into the parodies in the channel. So it was like, you know, his imagination was paying off. That was kind of the whole point of it. Yeah. I donated 175. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I know. I had to count it all up. Sorry about that. 6th anomaly. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just 15 shy of the 200 now for her to do a wet t-shirt bounce.
Cream eater. Demento, of course he was.
Public school education there, 6th anomaly. That's math's not my strong suit.
No, I know, and they disappear after a while, so I have to go back and find them all too.
Yeah.
It's a good song too.
This is one of his original ones. Yep. The video's cool. All right.
It's a lot of clips from the show.
Yep.
Or the movie, rather.
But yeah, he does like a Prince parody in the video, Guns N' Roses parody. Who else? There's a bunch of singers. He
does the
David
Magical Mystery Tour.
Not Paul Simon. Peter Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
And Talking Heads.
Oh yeah, the huge suit. I love that huge suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, David Byrne.
This thing doesn't do Elvis Costello, does he? No.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, and White Wedding, Billy Idol.
Yes.
Oh, there he goes. Black Phoenix makes it rain, literally and figuratively.
You guys just want to get me naked, don't you?
Whoops. There
Absolutely. You just want to get me naked in the stream. I
ain't got nothing to do with it. And again, folks, we don't force her to do this. This was her idea.
Oh, you enjoy it, though.
Hey,
I'm not denying that.
Hey, get off. I'm UHF.
I'm not drunk enough to do this. All right. I don't know where it's landing. Is it landing okay? I don't know. Is it landing
Well, if you
okay?
need to, go grab a towel first.
Oh, I got
Oh, you got it all on you already? Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Okay. Oh, yes, we see it now. Goodness. Goodness. Is that water a little cold there, m'lady?
This is the type of shenanigans we will get up to in
Please
Las
excuse
Vegas.
me.
Didn't realize this shit was happening. Well, if you enjoy the show,
don't touch that dial. We got it all on UHF.
If you enjoy the show, I do have a GoFundMe. It has the full goal, but I do have to finish paying off my GoPro. I owe about $300 on the GoPro. If you enjoy the show,
don't get it wet.
And don't get it wet. I know it's up there. That's why I had to get.
Well, it is wet, isn't it?
Past Sunday. This is the second time I've had to do this today too.
6th anomaly. She does this for herself. She enjoys this.
I do. It's fine.
She probably goes back and watches it herself, and she's like, "Damn, I'm hot."
A little bit sometimes.
I knew it.
Well, you got to know like what angle to look at the camera right at, right?
That's up to you.
Right?
We're enjoying every angle you could give us, so we're not going to complain in the least.
Picture 2.
See, and this happens every time I go live too.
Channel, don't touch that dial. We got it all on UHF.
No, you beta. Who me? Who's
I
a
say
beta?
she's the one who's like more in control than we are.
This is my idea. This is from my channel.
I got it.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's been fun.
I'm laughing at the lyrics. Got it all on UHF.
He wants his 175 back.
Does
If you're
he?
serious, I'm sorry. I think you can like challenge it, but that's your if you want to. But it's still going to cost me. I still. Let's say some of the chats you said, I think you were asking for it, buddy. So, I don't know about that. So.
Let me go.
That's your computer screen. You want to do it? If you destroy the screen, that's your problem.
Just make sure the keyboard is non-stick.
Put
That's
the
all.
plastic on top.
Yeah, put some plastic down. That's what Rob does.
Yeah.
Nothing that didn't even get a giggle.
You got
Who, me?
you got that new the new Apple iMac Retina display, so you can see like labias and flabias and flip flaps. You know.
You weren't supposed to tell them about that picture.
Thanks everybody for joining us on this crazy watch party.
See, we need to do more of these.
Well, we try to just about every week, but we never get a chance to every week. It's like every other week or so. It seems like.
We tried.
I love this song, so I'm not going to stop in the middle of it.
I was listening to the song too. I was listening to the song.
Oh, but that's just a great ass movie. I don't care what anybody says. So yeah, check it out if you haven't. Oh, Dirty Work is on here too. That's a good one.
Oh, with Norm Macdonald.
Never seen so many dead hookers in all my life. Where'd all these dead hookers come from?
Hey, it's Norm Macdonald. Hey, let's go see my new movie, Dirty Work. Hey.
Oh, Bogus Journey is now $3. It's not free.
I'll send you the DVDs if not.
All right. Hey, thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Kung Pao Under the Fist. Oh, I love that movie.
Thanks for your super chats. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for hanging out. Just thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending some time. We know you can spend time anywhere else, and we're always glad that you can spend it with us.
We hope you got your money.
Super chat rewards on YouTube.
Yes,
keep that in mind.
And we will be back sooner than
subscribe to some other channel to listen to it 3 days or 2 weeks later.
MK Dumas 1981 says hashtag yapping impressions.
You want me to do a yapping impression?
Hey, it's a yapping impression. Hey, make sure you read out the power to the auxiliary. Pass the auxiliary. Hey.
I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life. Oh wait, that's not
it's Tom's light bill. It's not mine. I won't see any of this. This is just gonna be to get him right for next month.
Plenty of it. Don't worry.
Just buy me some weed in Vegas or something.
Yeah, we won't see it next month anyway, so we only see 40% of it or whatever.
Exactly. If that. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get most of it.
Google takes 3% off the top.
But thank you guys so much.
There you go.
Am I drying off a little? Yeah.
Drying off.
Yeah, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure you're subscribed and you got the bell icon hit and all that kind of stuff. And check us out on Patreon. And we're getting Subscribe Star up and working. We have a PayPal and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Subscribe Star. Yeah. And all goes do stuff on Subscribe Star. Yeah. There's Tom Connors, there's Meg Random, there's Rob Robot Shlomo. Guy's named after a Jewish robot. Hey, what's going on here? I think Isaac had his bar mitzvah.
And thank you again, Sixth Anomaly, for all the super chats and everybody else who threw some in there. Tim Riggs and Black Phoenix. I don't think I missed anybody else. Did anybody else?
Like we said, we'll never demand, but we always appreciate it.
Yes, we do. And of course, Black Phoenix again thanks Mecca for bouncing, and we always thank Mecca for bouncing.
That's right.
Just for Creepy Little Book Stream. Well, I was going to wear it on a Creepy Little Book Stream because of the back. Because the back is like all alien stuff.
But now she's got to dry off.
Yeah.
Again. Aliens.
Oh, aliens. It's like, come take me home, aliens.
Aliens could come take me home too. Yeah.
I've never seen so many dead aliens in all my life.
Dead aliens. Yeah, Norm Macdonald should star. We should do dramatic movies starring Norm Macdonald.
I guess he's a real fucking weirdo. Not like in a bad way, but like I've heard stories from comedians talk about him go out and just do weird shit on stage that's not even really funny, but it's just amusing himself and shit.
All right.
He's high.
Oh, let me see if I can find a hold on. Let me show. Hold on. Name a Shakespeare play.
Hamlet.
Okay. Hamlet. Hamlet as read by Norm Macdonald. Let me see. Quotes. Hamlet as read by Norm Macdonald. Quotes by William Shakespeare. Hamlet quotes by William Shakespeare from Goodreads.
Overboard.
Okay.
They have Overboard on here.
I noticed that one too. Yeah, it's the
original.
original.
I like that one. You should watch that. Baby Boom. That's another good one to watch. Blair Witch Project.
Okay. Yeah, we're trying to get it to where you guys can join along as easy as possible.
Doubt thou stars are fire. Doubt that sun doth move. Doubt truth be liar. But I never doubt love.
What's with all this doth stuff? I hate doth. It makes me sneeze.
I hate doth. This above all to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the day, the night, the day. Thou canst. What kind of words canst anyway? Not then be false to any man. Thou shalt not pay a hooker after meeting her. Don't ever stiff the hooker. She has to stiff you.
I have the Masters of the Universe on here.
Yes, that's on there too. I noticed.
That's a definite. We'd have to do that. I've never seen it, but I don't need to see it first to watch it.
Oh, it's a winner.
I've seen enough of it.
I saw that at the movies.
I have it on Blu-ray, and I have the soundtrack, and I have it on DVD somewhere.
Frank Langella is awesome in it, though.
Could be something that you could get in Tom's stuff.
Yes, he's awesome as Skeletor.
Do you want to do a giveaway of Win Tom's stuff? Oh my god, they have Girls Are Easy? Okay, I want to see that too.
Yeah, that one's a good one, but they got it all stretched.
Buckaroo Banzai?
Weird. Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai's on there.
That's a have to.
They got Buckaroo Banzai on YouTube for free?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome.
A lot of MGM titles are on here.
You want to do that next? We can keep going tonight if you guys aren't busy. It's only 9 my time.
Well, it's almost 11 time.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week.
And we got a show tomorrow night, and then we'll plan something again soon.
Funeral that might actually have Peter Dinklage in blackface on it. Well, I know it's got Peter Dinklage.
Let me show you the wheel. Pull up the wheel of names. This is the wheel. Your name could be on the wheel. Screen share.
We don't see
$2 super chat. How come you never jiggle on Pete's channel? Because I'm usually too stoned and late at night.
Your name could be on the wheel for this is how you know I did the wheel. Shlomo, Boutros, Butthead, Beavis.
Did something happen to my chat? Did we get another super chat I don't see?
Yeah, Jacob. Thank you so much.
Oh, weird. I had to refresh.
Jake in the shed. Jack Mayhawk. Jack Mayhawk.
My chat wasn't updating for the longest time. Weird.
Yeah. That could be your name on the wheel.
Yes, MK Dumas. We did say Peter Dinklage in blackface.
Mm-hmm.
That is TM Jake, though. We can't steal that.
And Dickhead.
How they broke free.
We need to tell even better. Hold on. We'll go.
Peter
Why
Dinklage.
can't I tell you?
Because you got cum all over the fucking.
There we go. Peter Dinklage in blackface has been added to the wheel. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Mecca, okay. Do you have downstairs neighbors who wonder what you are doing when you bounce.
No, because it doesn't really make a lot of noise. I just kind of jiggle.
I usually I think it's just more or less late at night. You just can't talk so loud and you can't sing and stuff like that when we do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't have you full screen when you were jiggling.
Oh, here, just now. This.
There you go.
I apologize to you and your fans.
What fans? Who, me?
Oh, you got tons of fans. You got more fans than we do.
You guys have 100,000 subs.
MK Doomis, I'd be offended if it weren't so funny. Sorry, I guess I am trying. It is funny. It's hilarious because it's just so absurd.
It is, isn't it?
And we got to give Jake credit for it. Like I said, we didn't make that up. So
yes.
If you're gonna get offended, get mad at Jake. But Jake's just hilarious. So we got to have Jake out of the shed again. We got to get him out of there. Poor guy.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, we got to throw him some meat from the shed.
He's probably been fighting with Melman like crazy.
Yeah, Melman's not easy to get along with,
especially when he's hungry and it's summertime. He wants a picnic basket.
All right, what do you say?
I say it's time to scooch out of here and catch us tomorrow on the regular show where we have plenty to talk
those
about.
wet teacher bounces on any other channel.
That's right,
except for mine.
And just
that's right.
And just keep this in mind, folks. I got to remind everybody again, all the longer form live podcasts and stuff are going to go unlisted, but they will be in their respected playlists. Only the shorter videos will remain listed from here on out. We got to fight that stupid algorithm. So yeah, if you're ever looking for the main podcast or one of these watch parties, check the playlists and they'll always be available. So there you go. All right. Anything else to say, boys and girls?
For the Peeping Tom from the windows.
Peter Dinklage, your blackface.
I think that's a perfect capper for the evening. Thanks for joining us for this UHF Watch Party.